Well, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat Veera has kick-started a 3-day lecture series in New Delhi as part of the organization's centenary outreach program. Being held at Vigyan Bhavan, this event drew about 1,300 attendees from diverse backgrounds, including judges, politicians, bureaucrats, media figures, and also diplomats. Mohan Bhagwat used the platform to reflect on the RSS 100-year journey and articulate its vision for India's future, emphasizing on the role of its founder KB Hedgewar that he played in the freedom movement. He also talked about how the RSS is not a reactionary force. He in fact quoted MS Golwalkar, a former Sangh, and he said even if there are no Hindus and Christians, the RSS will continue to thrive because it is after all what the society is. He also said that the RSS will continue working and RSS will continue working for its Swayamsevaks.
Well, contentious ideological positions, the equations of the past as important as the realities politically of the present. Vasudha, several political, ideological issues and questions that will have to be raised and addressed and considered perhaps over the next 2 days as far as the Sangh is concerned, obviously from the practical economic thought in the context of tariffs also could become a potential point of discussion. But before we get to the guests and discuss the events there in Delhi, Vasudha, give us a sense of the political importance in terms of the road ahead and how the BJP is viewing all of this.
Well, Veera, that's a great question. In fact, Mohan Bhagwat used this very important line. He said, "Na kahu se bair, na kahu se dosti." The RSS does not have friendship or rivalry with anybody. In fact, he made it very clear that people who are opposed to the RSS are also friends with the RSS now. And he said that we never considered them opponents. And that's what he said. And this is coming at an interesting time because we know that the tariff threat is on. Mohan Bhagwat has been a proponent of Swadeshi, and those messages are also going to come from him tomorrow. But today is, of course, the larger picture of the Sangh, its objectives. And I remember attending a similar lecture series in 2018 where he outlined what the organization is looking forward to in the next 10 years and what it has done in the last several years. So clearly 10 decades of the RSS in existence and the chief of the RSS today outlining what its vision could look like, even as the BJP is all set to finish 11 years. In fact, it's finished 11 years. We will be joined by a panel of guests, but first let's look at the key takeaway from what Mr. Bhagwat said today.
और ये राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ क्यों शुरू हुआ? इतनी सारी बाधाएं वगैरह आई, स्वयंसेवकों ने सारी कठिन परिस्थितियों में से रास्ता निकालकर इसको चलते क्यों रखा? और 100 साल चलने के बाद भी नए क्षितिजों की बात क्यों कर रहा है? इसका अगर एक वाक्य में आपको उत्तर देना है तो वो वाक्य संघ की प्रार्थना के अंत में हम स्वयंसेवक लोग रोज कहते हैं, भारत माता की जय। स्वामी विवेकानंद का वो कथन कि एवरी नेशन हैज ए मिशन टू फुलफिल, वैसे भारत का भी अपना एक योगदान है। संघ के निर्मिति का प्रयोजन भारत है, संघ के चलने का प्रयोजन भारत है और संघ की सार्थकता भारत के विश्व गुरु बनने में है, क्योंकि भारत का एक योगदान दुनिया में हो, योगदान उसको देना है, उसका समय आ गया है। लेकिन जब संघ शुरू हुआ तब ये परिस्थिति थी कि ऐसे सब लोग अपने आप को हिंदू नहीं कहते थे और आज भी नहीं कहते कुछ लोग। तो हिंदू के हम प्रकार मानते हैं, जो जानते हैं वो हिंदू है, उनको गौरव है। जो जानते हैं वो हिंदू है, लेकिन गौरव क्या करना भाई, दुनिया में होते हैं, हम हिंदू है, चलो। और जो जानते हैं लेकिन किसी कारण नहीं कहते, कारणों में नहीं जाता, नहीं कहते। और जो जानते नहीं है कि वो हिंदू है, लेकिन ऐसे लोगों को भी जो जानते नहीं है, हिंदवी कहने से बुरा नहीं लगता, भारतीय कहने से बुरा नहीं लगता, सनातन का भी कुछ लोग स्वीकार करते हैं। ये शब्द क्या है? समानार्थी शब्द है। और इसलिए हम लोग ऐसा नहीं कहते कि आप हिंदू ही कहो, आप हिंदू हो, ये हम बताते हैं। नहीं है, हम हिंदवी है, हम भारतीय है, ठीक है। इसका कंटेंट समझो, इन शब्दों के पीछे केवल शब्दार्थ नहीं है, एक कंटेंट है। वो कंटेंट जियोग्राफिकल नहीं है, उस कंटेंट में एक भक्ति है भारत माता की, उस कंटेंट में एक परंपरा है पूर्वजों की जो हम सबकी समान है। डीएनए को भी देखो, वही है।
Well, joining us now to talk about all of this is author Ratan Sharda and political analyst Sanjay Jha. Thank you both of you for joining us on this broadcast. Ratan Sharda, to you first. Mohan Bhagwat talking about this sentence that I see a lot of people use, that we are Bharatiya and not really Hindu. He's saying that Bharatiya also has a context to it because it's a civilizational word, and that it also shows divinity and commitment to the motherland. How do you look at Mohan Bhagwat's larger speech, specifically his talking about what a Hindu identity is and how it is actually very similar to being a Bharatiya?
Well, Vasudha, for me, it was a revision of my 60 years of life in RSS and all the experience, all the writings I have done. So it is kind of a revision for me of what RSS stands for. And for me also revision that how the word Hindu is defined, how Hindutva is defined, and how Bharat and Hindu are are the same words. Because if you remember, Bharat is the word given to Bharat in Mahabharata, while Hindu is the word which came since the time of earlier, but it was not recognized, or it was not thrust upon us till recently. But since it was thrust upon us some 1,000 years back, we have accepted it because all the good and the bad that comes with it has been in the name of Hindu. So we have to stand by it and we prove that it's a word which is all inclusive and which stands for the country with all the good qualities that we have, all the sense of nationhood, all the sense of inclusive society, all the humanitarian principles that we have adopted as a Hindu society and which we want to propagate.
Right. So when you say that, Sanjay Jha, there is also the present day political reality, the unacceptability, at least ideologically, of the RSS to a large section of the opposition. Is it time for both sides to revisit that unacceptability, or do you believe that it's only going to get stronger given the polarized political atmosphere?
Viru and Vasudha, good evening, and to my friend Mr. Sharda as well. The truth is that a leopard does not really change its spots. I mean, Mr. Bhagwat has used the word DNA, and you got to look at the inherent character of the RSS. Mr. Sharda and I have very acrimonious face-offs on many a TV show. And I will repeat what he is aware is my clear position based on historical facts, no rhetoric, no hyperbole. The truth is that the father of the nation, we talk about RSS, let's talk about the father of the nation. Gandhi ji is considered to be the father of the nation. He gave his life up for his country. He inspired the entire freedom struggle starting from Champaran in 1917. Did the RSS distribute sweets after Gandhiji's assassination? Absolutely yes. It's a fact, it's recorded. Sardar Patel banned the RSS for a reason. We can go on and on about why he lifted the ban later on, etc. But the truth is that the RSS never believed in the idea of the constitution of a country. I mean, Mr. Sharda will dodge the question, but it's something that your viewers should know, that the RSS refused to recognize India's tricolors, the national flag, till 2002, where they were, by the way, forced to, because some people came and forcibly put up the flag at Nagpur, and thereafter it became a practice. So, at core, even if you listen to the recent speeches, Viru and Vasudha, where you had this gentleman from the RSS who said, why are we even having words like secularism and socialism in the Indian constitution? That needs to be debated. Okay. Right? So basically, the RSS is challenging the very core, cardinal, foundational principles of India's constitution. Now, I'm a Hindu, but I can tell you for a fact, I believe the beauty of our country is this absolutely phenomenal diversity. Okay. You leave it to the RSS, they want to make it into a Hindu Rashtra.
Okay, Mr. Sharda, some important points that Mr. Jha has made, but let me tell you my observations. Minutes after Mr. Mohan Bhagwat started his speech, he made a mention of Mahatma Gandhi. He talked about the Charkha. He talked about the Indian freedom movement. Indian National Congress came within just 2 minutes of his speech. I do feel that the RSS chief is trying to make it very clear that there are no enemies here, there are no friends here, and that the Sangh is just doing its own job. Do you think that this is an evolutionary transition, or do you think that this is a strategic review of its position?
Well, first of all, I must respond to Sanjay Jha. He has very regular practice of throwing jibes at Sangh without any base or any truth in it. For example, Sangh never distributed sweets. This is recorded by the CID report, which was used in the court also. It is there on the record. So Sanjay can smirk or whatever want to do, but Sangh didn't distribute sweets. Guruji made the strongest possible criticism and a very attacking letter against the assassination of Gandhiji, which was noted, and it was the only time when RSS was shut down for 13 days, even before any activity began from the Congress side of vendetta over the people. At that time, he had already declared it. He sent out letters to each and every person, and he was totally shocked. And then he says ban. Ban was on a fictitious ground when after 1 month CID report said RSS had no hand in it. When the court said it, when the police said it, then on what ground was the ban imposed? It is political, definitely. It's a political run to it. And when it was removed, there was nothing else but asked for a very spurious thing like a written constitution. Even Congress didn't have a written constitution for 14 years. Then he talks about opposition to constitution. If you read the constitution debate at that time, many people, including very respected Congress leaders, who have criticized constitution as not having Indian base, not having a reference to Indian scriptures, but only about Western constitutions. It is recorded in the debates. I can pick out the book and read some sentence for Mr. Jha if he wants to get educated. And tricolor, people died for tricolor in Goa. People died for tricolor in Kashmir. People died for the society during partition. So what do you mean by not respecting flag? I do not know. Even the acceptance of tricolor as the national flag was given in writing by Guruji during the ban time in the letter to the government. Now coming to the findings of this RSS manifesto, just a moment. What Mohan Bhagwat ji has said, RSS always said it. You can pick my book written 15 years back, I have said the same things. You pick up my book 10 years back, I have said the same thing, quoting from the leaders of RSS. To say that there is something new, Mohan ji has said, he has only reiterated what has already been said earlier on. And you underline that we stand with everybody, and he has given the example of people who are opponents have joined RSS, have become members of RSS, not BJP, RSS, they're working for RSS. I know countless such people. That is why he said for us there is no enemy. Guruji used to say there are only two types of Hindus, one is in RSS, one is outside RSS, will join RSS tomorrow. So that's what it is.
Okay, let me get Sanjay Jha.
And also, just a moment.
But I wanted
just
to
last 10 seconds.
I wanted to focus. I know there is an enormous history to this.
No, just 10 seconds.
It cannot fit into a television.
See, secular socialism was denied by the constitution makers. It was put into constitution 1975-76. That ends the debate on it.
Okay.
Oh, let me get Sanjay Jha to respond to it, but I also want to bring it to the present day context of this larger political debate of Sangh versus Samvidhan. Sanjay, go ahead. We have very limited time, unfortunately, but go ahead. You have the last word on this.
Thank you, Viru. The truth is that, Sharda Sahab, we have also read Golwalkar's bunch of thoughts, and his views on the Indian flag are on record. So let's not try and be dodgy here. Viru, let's get down to the current political context, right? I've been openly telling Shardaji, why doesn't RSS actually usurp the BJP and become a political party? It was meant to be a cultural, social organization. It appoints India's prime minister. It comments on India's foreign and economic policies. I mean, you have reached a point today where Mr. Modi is the prime minister of this country. During the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, talked about bhains chori kar lega, Mangal Sutra utha lega. It was clearly religious polarization and a hate speech. Did the RSS condemn that? They did not, right? So here is, Viru, the bottom line. We are all adults here. Let's not try and be pussyfooting around. The BJP will continue its communal polarization strategy. The RSS speaks in a folk tongue. They will occasionally try and sound very nationalistic, but that is only a garb, ostensibly to push their agenda of religious divide in this country, because it suits them from an electoral windfall and then to spread their highly vicious ideology in this country.
Quickly, Ratan Shada, respond to that, sir.
Well, for a person from Congress party, which is a continuous agenda of anti-Hindu thought and pro-Muslim bent, For them to say that anybody speaks for Hindu is communal, is hateful, I think that's very foolish and very comic for me. Because all their agenda continuously being spoken by this party for years together, especially since Rahul Gandhi's ascent to be the next prime minister in their own words, he has been using the worst kind of language for Hindus. He has been using a provocative language for the Muslims. So this is the difference, that we want everybody together. They want to divide society. So uniting Hindus is communal. Uniting vote banks is secular. That is the basic theory of Congress from 1947.
Right. So, no, we will leave this conversation. It's one that has played out for so many years. It is something that is expected to play out again, but perhaps not fit into a television debate at this moment. But thanks very much to both of you for making those points. But staying with the RSS and the politics around it, Vasudha, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar today apologized to congressmen who had raised an objection to his singing of the RSS anthem on the floor of the State Assembly.
That's right, Veera. In fact, it was a light-hearted moment for the Deputy Chief Minister when he told his BJP colleagues that even he knew the RSS anthem, but that he is a die-hard congressman. But it has turned into a controversy with some Congress leaders questioning him and demanding an apology.
Well, it's perhaps a reflection, Vasudha, of both the bitter Karnataka political realities within the Congress and the larger ideological battle in the country. Listen in to D.K. Shivkumar.
I have been suffered in the jail without even a chair sitting to it. I know how I lost my knee on this issue. Within 10 by 10, within the bathroom, without anything, in the cell, I know how I suffered. Anyway, that is a past story. I'll tell it, that history someday in the assembly. So let all those things be on record. But if anyone want to know about my history, know about my commitment, not my ideology, if they want to do politics within this, it is left to them. I don't want to comment. But if anyone has been hurt, some of my party colleagues are commenting on that. I don't like to be a congressman, and I have a lot of followers and friends across the party line in different political parties in the India group. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I would like, if anyone has been hurt, I feel sorry for them. I think I would like to seek apology to all of them, but not politically pressurize on this. None of my party high command or anyone has asked any question on this. I would not like to reply to any one of them.